Okay, so we're here with Katherine, Michelle and Tracy.
Hi.
From...
Hello.
Where are you from?
Laddingford.
Which is?
Little village near Yalding and Paddock Wood.
Excellent. In the district, that's near Maidstone?
Maidstone Borough.
So we're here celebrating the Coffee Caravan project today, and I've heard that you ladies are pivotal in what's happening in Laddington with the Rural Coffee Caravan.
Well, yes, Laddingford was one of the first that was undertaken by the project in, I think it was 2017. And I spoke to Kathy and we felt that it was a good village for rural isolation. So we've got a number of people. We do have a bus, but that perhaps are not so mobile, and just getting people together really that may not come to the pub. We run a pub.
Yeah. What's the pub called?
It's the Checkers at Laddingford.
Excellent. How long have you been there?
28 years.
Oh wow,
yes,
really?
Yeah, so it's been quite a long time.
So you really do know the community.
Yes, and I sort of helped Kathy sort of reach out to the people that we thought might benefit. Not everybody has come. I think there's still people that might benefit, but we have a really, really lovely crowd that come along now. And I think they get various benefits out of it as well.
And so it's parked up in the pub car park?
It's actually on a green just across the road, and then if the weather's not good, then we come over to the pub, and we've got a little annex at the side that we can use for that. So most of the time we're outside.
Yeah, brilliant. And ladies, I think Katherine, you mentioned to me how important Tracy is to the village. Can you... Obviously, she won't blow her own trumpet, but
No.
tell us about Tracy and what she means to Laddingford.
She's pivotal to the whole project, really, because she is the person that reaches out to the community, not just for this project, but for all of the things that happen in the village. So that there are various things that the pub organises throughout the year, from plant swaps to book sales to a summer show, Fate, which we love.
Love it.
Yes. And all of those attract different people at different times. So people that are growing vegetables or flowers for some things, or plants or books, or there's the Checkers Racers, that's a cycling group that go on tour. So it attracts different people at different times, but none of that would happen unless Tracy was organising that.
Excellent. And you were giving me an example of Tracy, was it?
Oh yes, during floods, some of the floods years ago, and I hadn't been in the village so long, but I knew that Tracy was going round door to door. We've got lots of elderly and disabled neighbours, and just making sure people were in, they were safe, and but she worked so quietly and so unassuming and humble, but Tracy's very, very good at noticing people and sort of finding out what it is perhaps that they might need, and then linking them up with somebody else who might then be able to, like you did with me, you've matched me up with people I've then gone on to make great friends with.
It's all about, isn't it? It's all about just people getting together and helping each other really as much as you can, and it's lovely to hear the words, but obviously everybody puts their own help in as well, so that's what makes it a community.
Yeah. But there are so many villages that have lost pubs and certainly lost decent pub landlords. I've got experience of that myself, but there's there's a project called Pub is the Hub, isn't there?
There is.
And it's been going a few years, and it was supported by Prince Charles a few years ago. I don't know whether it is now, but this is an example of how that really it does mean what it says. Your pub is the hub of the community, and without that, you wouldn't have the coffee. That's just one example, the coffee caravan.
Yes, and there's only the pub and the school in the village, and the church, small church as well. So it's really not about people wanting to come to the pub to eat or drink. It's more of we try and make it a social thing as well. Obviously they do have to come and eat and drink at some stage as well, but just knowing that there is somebody there if they need help or they need something, or we might know of somebody that would be able to help them or introduce them to friendships and things like that. So that's what we try and do.
And you gave me a job as well when I needed one.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
Tracy's a great mind reader as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes she just knows what you might need. And so I'm very, very, very proud to be part of the Checkers team mopping on a Saturday morning. And I love polishing the brass. Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. Do you
Brasso.
know what? Well, I can't share my secret skills with you, but yeah, absolutely. I'm so proud to be part of such an amazing team. Yeah.
Excellent. And did you have an example you wanted to tell me about, a lady?
I think with the coffee mornings, you know, as you've said, it's a really isolated place, and you know, lots of the residents are perhaps not very mobile, or perhaps just out of practice of getting out. Sometimes it's something practical like transport, or sometimes confidence. It can be any number of things for any number of people.
And in fairness, Michelle
Yeah.
started coming to the coffee group because of your own personal situation, wasn't it? That not being able to drive meant that you were a little bit isolated for a period of time, and I sort of suggested, well, why don't you come? I can come and pick you up and come down and see some people, have a cup of coffee and a chat for a couple of hours, and it just breaks up a long day.
Yeah.
And no, you're actively involved with it.
Yes, I can drive myself now. But yeah, it did make a difference. I diagnosed with MS around probably the time the coffee project started, actually. So I was sort of like homebound, or couldn't move out very much. So I was still working for like 3 days a week, but thankfully Tuesday was my non-working day, which is coffee project day. So that all fell into place really nicely. Yeah, and it was. I just met people that I would never have met otherwise, that I don't know in the village, and just having that company, that 2 hours. I have to admit, I do love a cake, so that is a big draw. But just the conversation, just with different people. The odd animal turns up as well, so we've got the odd dog that comes and visits.
Very dog friendly.
Yeah, but it's it made a real difference, and it still makes a difference now. I really look forward to those Tuesdays. It's a community event, and it's really
It's
good.
in our diary.
Yeah.
Excellent. So can we take that as a recommendation for other villages that want to set it up?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Definitely, yeah.
absolutely.
Have you got any advice, or is it all within
I think you need somebody. I think you need somebody to drive it.
Someone
because
like Tracy.
Yeah, exactly. Because every project like that, every community needs somebody. Hopefully the community can grow, and then other people can sort of take part in that as well. But it always will need a driving force and someone to speak out and be brave enough to go and knock on doors or publicise it or whatever, and make, as you said, the links between people, and thinking about, this person might help this person. I think that makes a difference as well, and helps the connections. And the staff from the coffee project are so
amazing.
so welcoming, really
They are
welcoming.
wonderful, aren't they? They set the tone, don't they?
And they remember you from time to time, so it
Oh.
makes you feel special and part
Yeah.
of that project. And
Yeah.
you keep up with what they're doing, and then obviously Mel with the project and the sewing project made a real difference as well.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, let's go on record as this being a heartfelt thank you as well for everything you
Absolutely.
do for your village and for inspiring other people.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.